What's up, YouTube? August Hunnicky here, monkeybeaver.com, and Joe Boyd, also monkeybeaver.com. We just want to show you where we're at with the suspenders, where we were, kind of where we started, how we progressed, where we are now. We're able to offer our first, I will call it like Series 1, and we'll explain more of that as we go. But Joe will explain it better, kind of where we used to be telling people to get suspenders, either buy the Matt Cornell suspenders, we would say, because he seemed to have a good handle on it, or we'd send them to Home Depot and buy like tool belt suspenders. But we wanted our own, and we had a lot of time to think about it and practice with stuff. And so anyway, Joe will kind of tell you where.
Alright, so this is what I used to wear. A lot of the guys we work with wear these, and we were recommending them. These were the Matt Cornell suspenders that were offered along with the Matt Cornell rope saddle. And they work, sort of. They worked enough. I wore these for probably 3 years. Nothing ever broke on them, and I used them pretty hard, so that's good. They have I guess a pretty quality elastic. One thing we found is elastic and any sort of adjustable buckles don't mix. The stretch, the cycles, they just don't stay adjusted.
They don't stay put.
They don't stay put. So these ones, I actually sewed these years ago, so they would not.
So he got them where he wanted, and he fixed.
So that part of it didn't work. The tending option that crossed here was adjusted with Velcro, which quickly stopped working as well. So I sewed those in place. Basically, once you eliminated all of the adjustments, they were fine.
Right. So what we wanted was infinitely adjustable suspenders that would actually stay in place.
Yeah. Also, you can see they're pretty floppy. Like there's not a lot of, which is kind of nice for moving around, but they don't really offer much support.
Right, they're a bit floppy. This isn't.
It feels like there's maybe like cardboard or something inside. It's kind of breaking down.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know. But they, like I said, they lasted. They never broke. They didn't fit people. If you were like close to 6 feet, Damien, a couple other people wore them, would have to extend these with carabiners or something to actually fit. They didn't extend long enough to fit anybody, say, in the neighborhood of 6 feet or taller. So that was a problem.
Yeah, and this isn't like a bash Matt Cornell thing, because we think he's a totally cool dude.
No, I used these ones for 3 years. They worked. Mm-hmm. They worked. They didn't break. And there wasn't a lot of options out there that you could throw on any saddle. There's a few really nice ones that are specific to certain saddles.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Ours, you're going to be able to hook these up to whatever you got.
Yeah.
And they're going to adjust and stay put.
Yeah. So let's toss these out of the way and go with kind of our first, not really our first, but our first one that we were happy with the shape and the support, and this gave us, this is our first thing. We liked the shape, and we're able to just fine-tune it and make improvements till we got it where right now we sort of have it. You see these ones have kind of an adjustable tending option.
Yeah.
These ones are basically the same, but they use a different style hook. We're just trying out different things. Ultimately, we found that there's a suspender that works well for supporting the belt, just general support, and one that was really good for tending single rope climbing devices, where it was hard to get a good mix of both of those.
This one in particular would kind of chafe more. We needed to change it. That changed, and the one that we're offering.
But no matter what, you pretty much always get your device is going to pull your suspenders or whatever together around your neck. It's hard to make them stiff enough to keep that from happening and still be comfortable enough to wear.
Right. So what he's saying is, you need tool support help. So you're hanging a big saw off your belt. You got different tools. You got gear on your belt. So they need to hold your belt up or offer additional support for that. They're not life support. Got to make that clear. They're not life support. They're tough, but they're not made for that. They're not fall arrest, life support type things. Yeah. But they are good. They need to do two things: make an SRT attachment point, and they need to hold the harness. And so
yeah, they have. Right now, this is where we're at. We eliminated this kind of adjustable thing. We turned it into a sternum strap. It's kind of got a cool little whistle on it. This one was...
Here, let's blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Sorry to whoever buys this one. I've put my lips on it.
Yeah.
Ow! Okay.
If you don't have a Cena and your saw is out of gas, you can make some noise.
Yeah, whatever.
So this one has a tending point that's fixed.
We got to show that.
Yeah, so you can use it for single rope.
Yeah, you'll be able to use all of this model for single rope.
That one is... We stopped doing that because it's hard to keep it centered.
So here's another phase of the prototype that...
This is just the final small improvement on this. Is it's just a floating tending point. These are still more suited to just general support. We played around with different ways of attaching them to the harness, and it's nice to have some elastic just for movement, but elastic, like I said, doesn't work with very many buckles that are easily adjustable, and you don't need a mile of elastic. So what we have is basically it's quadrupled up. There's 4 layers of elastic, and it's about 4 inches long, so it gives you a pretty firm but still sort of flexible. And then they're attached with just 1-inch webbing.
So the 1-inch webbing is not elastic, and that's how you get a good grip on the buckle, and you don't get it moving around on you.
I have that somewhere here.
There it is. Is this it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So each one will likely come with. I'm not sure if they're going to come with a carabiner or not, but they'll have the elastic the webbing to attach to the belt, and we can show that real quick. We got a belt sitting right here.
We'll probably throw in the carabiner, huh?
Probably, yeah, when we get that far. Also, before we show you that, there's been a few small changes we haven't addressed. Since about March, we switched to the bigger side Ds. That's one thing people were asking for, and also the suspender hardware is stainless steel as well. It was just
so if you're in a real salty environment, if you're in Florida where it's humid and salt air and stuff.
Also, because these attach directly to the rings, I'll show that here. You just go down through it, up through the eye, and it sucks nice and tight on there. So switching to stainless steel is going to keep those from corroding. This is probably going to trap some moisture, but there's no hook there to break. Come unhooked, get twisted up. It's no more weight.
Yeah.
You know? These weigh 7 ounces.
Yeah.
The Matt Cornell ones weigh about 14 ounces, so you have half the weight with quite a bit more support. You can see it's rigid. Also, we've been playing around with different colors. We got some kind of cool red camo here.
Red camo. We reserve the right to change the
pattern.
The pattern design.
Yeah, and you see, some of them have the patch, and some of them have the equation.
Yeah, some of them look like this. Some of them look like this. I wouldn't advise writing us and making all kinds of special requests, because
we might just offer both of them. It doesn't really take any more work to sew one on than the other.
Yeah, I suppose it could be done, but the emails are hard to keep up with.
Yeah. Basically, if we don't have one in stock, just get the other one.
And if you get something if you wanted something different, then just be happy.
Also, these initial
When you get
ones,
it.
we're probably going to have these on the website next week. I imagine Monday or something, Tuesday, when, I don't know. We were kind of waiting until we had this video done to do that.
I say we upload this video after they're available.
Okay, then if you're watching this,
If you're watching this, you better hurry.
They'll be available for about 5 minutes because we're only going to have like maybe 25 of them. And these are still sort of in the prototype stage. They're going to have some different type of stitching on some of them just to kind of see where things go.
Yeah.
So
they're good. They're built.
Yeah.
They're better than anything. But
also we're building these ourselves now. These aren't built by new tribes, so we've had to learn some more trade skills to do that, and they're not
these are built right
perfect.
here.
Yeah.
Right here
Yeah.
in the dining room. So
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the ones we're gonna have on the website here, and what we learned though is for a really dedicated SRT type suspender / chest harness, we needed something else, which is
yeah, these will work for that. But we're coming up with this other design that is
this was one of the
a little more stationary
initial prototypes for that. It has a fairly rigid cross piece that plugs in. It's still flexible, but it's fairly rigid. It's made out of webbing, 3 layers of some stiff webbing sewed together, so it's not gonna stab you or anything. But
It's super stiff.
yeah, you can see that it doesn't squeeze your neck
Yeah.
when you're tending.
Yeah.
And you can see when it's undone.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious what it's doing there.
Yeah. What it's for is to keep things put.
And this was one of the prototypes of that. This is our newest prototype here. It's adjustable in the back. It has some elastic. These are built from tubular webbing, so there's no seam on them. They're pretty smooth. They're flexible. They move with you really well. They have the same elastic buried in them.
But
They use the same straps. They're
but
attached
they
to the
don't
harness.
move where you need them to not move.
Yeah, and you have one nice thing about having a tending point like this is when you're climbing and you sit down into your harness, you know, you move, your climbing device moves up in relation to you typically as you settle in and your bridge extends out. So these, having something that moves like this doesn't pull down on your device. If you don't like that, it has a horizontal tending point right here and another vertical one. So it actually has three options for tending.
And the first run that we're doing, it also has this. It's just not exactly the same, but it's a tending point.
Yeah.
It's a connection.
Oh, also we should say that they have loops here on either side to clip whatever. You can clip a phone case on there, or your
Loop here.
sender. Or, this is also
Loop here.
Yeah.
And a sliding loop right here, tending point.
Yeah.
These are basically a basic but well thought out suspender, and these are more like the SRT Deluxe.
Yeah.
But we don't have these up yet.
Yeah, these are probably going to be maybe made to order for now.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to like build a bunch of these. They take quite a bit longer to build. So, which brings us to the cost, I guess. These ones have about 2 hours, 2.5 hours of labor, plus 20 some dollars in parts. And these have about another hour on top of that, and maybe $25 in parts. So you do the math, they're going to be probably in the $100 range-ish for these, and probably in the probably 150, or maybe, I'm not sure. We haven't done all the math yet.
We'll know more about this later, but
yeah.
these are $100 suspenders without any conscience gouge. So
yeah. Oh, I was starting to make a point. You can also attach your knee ascender here. That's a benefit of having several attachment points.
Oh right, yeah, you can attach your knee ascender and attach to your climbing device. We're gonna break some stuff, not to imply that these are made for life support, but just to show some toughness and have a little fun with breaking stuff.
Yeah.
So up close again, one more time. Elasticity kind of firmness here with a buckle that gets mated up from the harness where it's girth hitched on.
You should be able to girth hitch it to any harness that has a ring or a loop, or
yeah,
it won't really matter. It should hook to.
Right, and that webbing won't slide in this buckle. And then same on this side, and then the same in the back. These are elastic. There's a firm elastic stretch, and then the webbing for going from the back of the harness up to these buckles keeps it all in place. This belt right here for the breastplate piece is also a whistle, and the climbing device tending unit is floating. So I guess that's enough about this. It'll come with black and it'll have some pattern inside.
Or it might just be red.
Or it might just be red. Or it might be black camo, or we're gonna change it up as we go, but the shape is what it is.
Yep. This is other than we're probably gonna not change anything that matters, but we do have some things to do to make things less wasteful, and the cutting of patterns and foam, and also something that is not really a huge deal, but so far we've sourced everything here inside the country.
Yeah.
Carabiners, Rock Exotica, all of the buckles and webbing comes from a company called Strapworks in Eugene, Oregon.
Nice and close.
The foam is coming from Washington.
Washington State.
Yeah. These little kind of mini Captive Eye carabiners are made in North Carolina. So that's something that is we like to try and keep it inside the borders.
We got
some I don't know.
We got some dang nice fancy new sewing machine type stuff it'll be a while before it like pays.
Yeah.
But it's happening. It takes time to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we'll probably make a video
let's go
about
break
that
some stuff.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, we're gonna test these little plastic buckles first. There's 4 of them per belt.
Yeah.
Right here. There's one on either side. And then of course there's 2 in the back. So we'll see what one plastic buckle will do.
£328, and the buckle broke.
So keep in mind there's 4 buckles. Again, it's not for life support. So 328 and times 4, I imagine, is what we're really looking at.
We broke the buckle off of it. Now we're going to see how much weight. It's 4 layers of elastic, so 2 layers doubled up. £866.
1 attachment point, and again there's 4 attachment points. Okay, next we're going to test this piece, the sternum buckle right here, the whistle buckle. We're going to test that, and it'll never get pulled this way, so it's kind of dumb, but it's just fun to break stuff. So here we go.
£152.
152 pounds for the little whistle buckle. What side of it broke?
The adjustable side.
Oh, I see that little gizmo. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
But
it still blows.
What should we do? Should we test the carabiner versus the stitches?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, we're testing the Rock Exotica, which is, what, 5K in?
Yeah.
5K in, and
Made
Joe's little webbing.
Made in the dining room.
Yeah.
This stitch is a stitch that's used in several places.
So the carabiner broke.
1,304 pounds. That's right in the range. Webbing,
No problemo.
no problem. The stitches,
Perfect.
no problem. Maybe we can find the carabiner. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe later.
Found part of the Rock-X carabiner on the ground.
Our final test is testing the whole suspender. And we're using the Vermeer for that. So this is like somebody's bony shoulders. And we've got all 4 buckles hooked up. And we've got it through the transporter, or no, the enforcer.
Yep.
And I'm gonna hook up the camera and then back up. No broken buckles, they are deformed. Let's see what they look like up close. So you see a slight deformation, and when it's deformed like that, that's probably what causes the slippage. They're just little plastic buckles, right?
Got 1,100 pounds.
1,106 pounds before it slipped.
Yeah. Let's fix this webbing and see where they break.
Okay, so we'll tie the webbing so that they can't slip past a certain point. Okay, so if your pants are more than 1,100 pounds, your harness, if you have more than 1,100 pounds of weight on your
you might
harness,
have to tie knots in the webbing.
yeah, that's when the webbing will slip. So now we've got them so that they'll only slip so far and then they'll stop, and then we'll see what the actual braking strength is, because they could actually not the. But this is just silliness.
This won't be the actual, because we already pulled on those with 1,100 pounds.
Oh yeah.
I think I heard stuff popping, stitches and elastic starting to go.
Yeah.
So this is not a true test of a new pair.
Right.
But
okay, let's
they
see.
didn't break, so we're going to break them now.
Okay, we're gonna break them now. This bony shouldered dude is gonna bust them.
Yeah.
I like that last part.
Yeah. They don't fail until they hit the ground.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Broken buckle.
Broken buckle.
Not broken buckle. Elastic ripped out. That's the stitching, actually. Elastic didn't break on this side. There's a broken buckle. This is this one. Neither one of these buckles broke.
So they're
Elastic
strong
pulled out.
together when they're working together.
1,336 pounds.
That ought to hold your belt up. Not for life support, but still good quality stuff, huh?
Monkey Beaver